Hey, what's going on? So this video I already filmed one time, but I forgot to mention a few things that are important, so I need to make it again. And I got a few things wrong in the first one. And every time I fucking start a video, my fucking cat wants out. Hold on. God damn. You always have to do this. I swear every time. Ugh. I don't cut this shit out. You know, whatever happens, happens. I don't cut it out. Uh, got cat hair in my nose. Anyway, so I just got done. I just got finished listening to. I gave this album another listen. Yeah, one of my favorite Metallica albums now. Sight Anger. Fuck yeah. I like it as much as their first three albums. Of course, Justice for All. You can't top that, but yeah, Sight Anger, love that. If you hate it, give it another listen. But we ain't talking about that today. We're doing something. I'm kind of doing this for fun. Um, the Aj Tate Primer. For those who even care about my music that I've been doing for the past, I don't know, 3 years. Damn, it's been 3 years. So, you know, from an early age, I've had an interest in music. Seeing my dad play and hearing music, getting inspired by it. Got my first act guitar at an early age. That's my new guitar. Point. Yeah, you can see it better now. Uh, uh, yeah, it wasn't until I got my first phone I started making little recordings of myself strumming on the guitar before I could even play. Um, and I recorded my first CD January 2nd, was it? It was early January of 2015. I was in 7th grade. Yeah, this was pretty terrible. Most of it was cover songs, and it's just me strumming on the guitar and singing them very badly with a high-pitched voice. It was terrible. You wouldn't want to listen to it. Trust me, you don't want to listen to any of this stuff. I haven't really made anything yet that's really fit for human consumption. But uh, yeah, I did a few original songs on it, but I mean, I guess it was good for a 12-year-old, but kind of sucks now. Uh, anyway, so yeah, that was terrible. I think it was called AJ's. I don't know what I call it. AJ's acoustic album. I don't know, but I tried to fill up the whole CD, and there's like a whole bunch of songs on it. Terrible. And then fast forward a year later, on February 2nd, I think, of 2016, in the 8th grade, at age 12, no, 13, I mean, what? Wait a minute, let me think. So, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I was 13. Uh, Got a little confused. Um, Yeah, this one, I listened to all the John and Yoko shit. I was I was exploring a bunch of stuff and went through all that. Listened to the three of their albums. Two Virgins. You know, the Cambridge '69. All that crap. I don't listen to that now. At the time, I thought it was interesting. I didn't love it, but I thought it was pretty interesting, and I thought I'd do something kind of experimental like that, and the result was very terrible. You definitely don't want to listen to it. It's just me banging on the keyboard and doing weird vocal sounds. It's terrible in every way. Um, bunch bunch of noises. It's very bad. What did I call it? Um, I think I called it. I might have. I might have called it One Virgin. As a parody. Um, yeah, that was bad. Like there was one where I was like messing with like your radio knob. It was just terrible stuff. Um, Nothing good on it. Like if you want to hear it, you'll have to pay me like $100 to hear it. It's that bad. On second thought, why don't you listen to it? Pay me $100 for it. uh, anyway, yeah, that's bad. And then fast forward another year. It must probably January or February. I have the CD somewhere, but I don't feel like digging for it. It's early 2017. Before I could really play the guitar, I probably knew a few chords, but I couldn't do any leads on it. At least now I can do some leads, like simple leads, but then, oh man, it was bad. This was when I first tried to enter the prog genre. It was sort of in the style of Wish You Were Here, and the concept behind it was kind of dumb. There was a YouTuber who I won't say the name of that went a long time without doing anything on YouTube, and we thought he passed away. And I said, I have an idea. How about I do a tribute to him? And that's what it was. It was instrumental, thankfully, so there wasn't any terrible singing for me on it. Uh, Even then, I said I probably shouldn't sing on it. It'd be bad. Uh, yeah, it was just bad, boring stuff. There was I did some keyboard intro on the cheap Casio, like on the last album. I used that cheap old Casio. Now I got a new Yamaha keyboard, but um, cheap thing with 100 settings. Uh, then I programmed the drum beat on the keyboard, and then I just wanked all over the fretboard. It was nasty sounding. Not the good nasty either. There's one where I did a bunch of car horn sounds on the keyboard for like 8 minutes straight. And then there was my dad playing slide guitar. I asked him to join in on it, and me playing the bongos, which overpowered the guitar. It sounded terrible. I wish I would record it separately. And then me doing random shit on the piano setting of the cheap keyboard and more wanking of the fretboard. It was bad. And then me and my friends started recording stuff with each other. And we did an album, our first album. What was it called? Mass Destruction. We tried doing some prog stuff, some metal stuff. It was just terrible. Very bad stuff. Like the first song on it was him doing playing the keyboard with the programmed drums and me wanking all over the fretboard again, and then singing in some death metal voice. It just didn't mix. Yeah, and there was some terrible playing in it. It was before either of us could play really. Yeah, we tried parroting, several species of small furry animals and Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast. It was just bad stuff all around, unlistenable. And our second album is arguably worse. We tried entering the prog genre even more this time, and the outcome of that was just terrible. I mean, the amp was like really, there's a lot of feedback on it, and a lot of it gives you a headache if you listen to it. You don't want to listen to this shit. It's bad stuff. Like really bad stuff. Like I wanted to commit suicide because of this album. It was that bad. Like I was just laying on the floor listening to it, and I was like, God damn, I'll never listen to this shit again. And when it was over, I like threw the CD and said, I'm glad I don't have to hear that again. And I haven't since then, the whole thing. I mean, there was a couple of good songs on it, but it was just a failure. Another failure of being prog. We did that song Lucy's Lemonade Stand that I wrote, kind of a parody of Vegetable Man, or a nod to it. There was some good stuff, but it's just bad. And it hurts my ears. Like I wanted to commit suicide because of it. And we did a couple of EPs. I forget which one came first. I know I don't remember all the orders of all these, but I remember the first EP was, I was like all whacked out. It was a weird night. I must have been tired or something. Like my friend thought I was on drugs or something. And yeah, it was the songs themselves weren't weird. They're kind of terrible, but that's normal. Well, actually, we were gonna do a whole album, but I just stopped. Without warning, I just stopped, and I just stopped. That's all I did. I don't remember. I think the next thing we did was some metal album, and that, of course, was a failure, as usual, because he was playing the bass parts on the keyboard, and it was much louder than the guitar was. It just ruined it. On the first one or two songs, it just ruined it for me. And yeah, there's some pathetic shit on there. It's not the worst thing we did, but it's not good. Give me a headache. Um, yeah, very bad stuff. Uh, and we did another EP where I wrote 2 songs, he wrote 2 songs. Yeah, that was alright, I guess. Uh, and then, what was next? I went a long time without making an album for myself, like a really long time. Damn, what was the next thing? Must I look it up? Hold on a moment. I have it. I can find out somewhere. There's a channel that has all of the songs on it. And if you want to blow your brains out, go ahead and look it up. That is if I tell you what it is. Okay, so. Okay, the next one. We did some like 50s type songs, early 60s like doo-wop-ish rockabilly stuff. It's not the worst thing we did, but it was pretty bad. We did some cover songs. We did CC Rider, which was bad. Ya Ya. Oh in the Sky. King Bee, which was atrocious. Willie the Pimp. That was very bad. We did a couple of longer. I mean, it's not. There's a couple of good songs on here, but still not a good album all the way through. Yeah, it's still not good stuff. Let's see. Next. A collection of screws and nuts. I like this one. This one's funny. Each song is about people from school that we're making fun of. Yeah, this is some pretty funny stuff to us. I mean, no one else would get it, but we got it. We had got a kick out of doing it. It was fun. Might be my favorite. It's one of my favorites. There's a lot of. I have a lot of good memories with that one. And then the next thing we did, we did a movie with the Thomas Trains, a very sexual and vulgar movie called Electric Express. It's on YouTube under my friend's channel. Oh, what the hell? I'll just say his name, Jacob Connolly. That's his name, Jacob Connolly. Yeah, he's my man. So we didn't name any of these tracks. A bunch of instrumentals. There's a couple songs that have lyrics. It's very short stuff. There's some cool stuff on it. And we did this little thing with we did a few little songs about about let me look at the dates of these, about more people from like school and stuff. You know what? Actually, before that, what I just said, I did my first solo album since January 2017. Um, yeah, it was me trying to do a doom metal sort of thing. Some of it was alright. I mean, I wrote lyric. It was called World of Doom, and the cover was supposed to be like the globe, except the land was black and the seas were red, like blood or something. And yeah, there was some, like, I wrote lyrics about like about irresponsible leaders and how the world's gone crazy. Uh, and I did some It was when Hurricane Irma happened, and I did a song called Irma. It was like the day or two before the hurricane. It was bad. It was a bad instrumental. And let me just not talk about the last track on it. My cover of Solitude by Black Sabbath. Pathetic. Anyway, there's that. Uh, let me look at this right here. Trying to talk about these in order. Okay. So the next thing I did was I actually made a cover for the Sea Solstice. And this is when I really hit the prog genre. Um, I guess, at least with the first and maybe the last song, it's not really that prog, but you know, you can tell I was trying. I thought I was proud of it at the time, but now it doesn't really cut it. There's the Solstice Suite, which is 25 minutes of music. There's a sound collage I put together long ago. Well, not long ago, but months before this. Saturn's Rings. I think that was some... I don't remember. There was Saturn's Rings, Red Rays of the Summer Solstice. One of them's a guitar thing, one of them's keyboard thing. Entering the Black Hole, which is some weird guitar thing. Beyond the Light. I can't remember. Sort of, I guess, the finale of it, then Sound Collage, and Reverse. Ooh. And then Golden Apples, which is some little piano thing. It's nothing really. Dancing with the Cobras, just a bunch of percussion sounds, nothing. Swampside Blues, I like this one. It's kind of like Seamus. It's about a frog. I'm a frog, blah, 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 blah. I can't even remember it, but it was pretty funny. Travel sequence and 3 movements. There's Leaving Home, Highway 54, and Countryside. Leaving Home was some organ thing, I think, and Highway was some slide guitar thing, and Countryside was this riff I played, and a couple riffs in it. You know, it was alright for the time, but since then I can do much better than this now. I forget which one I did first, the next one. I did one with I the next one I did was more of me and the guitar, you know. Yeah, mainly just me and the guitar, and there's a few good songs. It was alright. Some crappy stuff on it. Some sound collages, little guitar stuff I made up. King V was on it, which was terrible. Another time I tried to do the prog genre was, I did something about a guy traveling on a camel in the desert. It was interesting if I remember. I'll have to hear it again. Yeah, I did some weird sounds in it, I guess, in the middle. There was some lyrics in it. And then me and Jacob did an album called Faith. It was sort of a concept. It was sort of a comedy album too. It's pretty funny. One song's like religious sort of thing, and and then the next song is like completely contradicting the last. It's pretty funny. You know what? There's a part I'm gonna play for you on this.
To the carnival full of clowns teaching you a bunch of lies.
Here's the beginning of it. It's funny.
Welcome, one and all, to the carnival full of clowns teaching you a bunch of lies and a stupid wooden house. Because they waste money on big ones. Anyway,
yeah, it's where, let's see, where is it? Listen to this.
Let's go back to Jordan. Oh yeah, Jordan in the house again. Oh yeah. Okay, motherfuckers, you don't think so you won't have to say Jesus our Lord and Savior. He died on the cross for us. He's one shit.
Yeah, you can tell it's a bunch of comedy shit. It's funny. I like that one. And which one was next? Which one was next? I think the next one was it was the one called it was called Life. It was based on the Roger Waters and Ron Geeson project called Music from the Body. It has some cool parts on it. You know, a lot of it's avant-garde, abstract guitar playing, and some acoustic ballads. You know, it was all right. I mean, I can do much better now, but pretty interesting. It was kind of the concept was the concept of a baby forming inside a fetus. I don't know. I have it, or a fetus. Oh my god, a fetus forming inside a womb. I thought I had it somewhere. I don't feel like looking for it, but it has songs like I don't know. I think there's a song called "Traveling Through the Traveling Embryos" or something, the March of the Embryos, and there's something called "Ejaculation" on it. It's pretty interesting stuff. It's kind of science fiction sort of thing, like it can be on some low-budget documentary of human growth and development or sex ed. You know, my acoustic playing at the time was probably better than my electric playing. It was it was less grating to the ears, and a lot of it is acoustic. So, like the actual songs with lyrics. So it was it was sort of dedicated to my niece that was born December 16th of 2016. It was sort of dedicated to her. Um, yeah, that's one of the better ones we did. And then I did one, my last solo album, till I decided to wait till I get a new keyboard, which I have. I'll get to that late in a little while, but this one was called King of Kings, and songs. I don't know what made me want to do this, but I kind of wrote songs about that have a religious, not that they're religious, but they have a theme around religion to them. There's some interesting parts on it, but I wasn't happy with how it turned out because the software I used, which I think I deleted, it glitched and I didn't notice till after it was all finished. So there you go. I mean, there's a couple catchy parts on it. It's mainly me and the keyboard, but not that good. There's something which is a complete rip-off of Saucer Full of Secrets, where it started out some eerie keyboard stuff, and then second part's a drum beat with me doing the like on Saucer Full of Secrets, and then I even did a choir part with me singing along with it, so it's a complete rip-off. I've been involved with two musical projects since then. Both have been with my friend. We did an album called "Follow Her Home." The Creepin' Creepers follow follow her home, which that was pretty funny. We tried to enter the prog genre again, failing at it in the process as usual. Nothing that good on it except the last song, which is a whole 22-minute thing. It's a whole story about a stalking incident, and it was like I was like acting like I'm going inside her house and all that. Uh, that was pretty funny. And then after that, we did another album. It started out with some prog epic, our first true prog song, sort of, even though bits of it could have been edited down. Like Jacob did a piano solo, which could have been shorter. I did some parts that could have been shorter. But this is when I got the electric drum set to work again, and I was able to play actual drum beats. We did that. We did another version of King Bee, which was way better because we can play it that time. I don't remember everything that was on it. We did some jam on it. That kind of like in the God of the Vita, where it's just like a rock song, but like we jammed out on it, and I did some drum solo. And I played guitar during parts of it and had my feet on both the drum pedals. It was pretty cool. Kind of boring, but after one time it's like, okay, I don't need to hear it again. But it was fun doing it. And there's some song at the end that was like 4 or 5 minutes. And and then the rest of it's a bunch of ambient hidden noises, kind of like the on Close Your Eyes. Oh my fucking god! Open Your Eyes by Yes. That ambient track at the end of it. That's kind of what I was aiming for, doing something like that to fill in the CD, because that's a great idea, isn't it? You have to fill in the CD at all times. But the problem, the drums sounded like shit on it. It was bad. It ruined the whole thing. So there you have it. Nothing I ever did is fit for anyone to listen to. But since I got a new keyboard and I'm getting better at my playing, I'll start making more music and uploading it to YouTube if it's good enough. So look forward to that. But yeah, this is sort of a look at my various attempts at being a musician and failing in the process. But I'm sure my new stuff will be better and they'll be good enough to show you guys. So I guess that's all I have to say. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.